Randoms, $8, $8. What the fuck going on, y'all? It is cold. Doubled up with the hoodie gang, the Scully gang, the hoodie again, and the coat. God dang it. But what's popping, everybody? I hope y'all doing good. So yesterday, I'm gonna post some videos. We went to Kimberly Crest. It's pretty cool. Um, it was an establishment, founded by women, passed down via women, and because of women, they historically kept this property since 1857 alive, basically. So in the 1920s, 30s, the Great Depression hit. A lot of East Coast people that had money but not enough, you know what I'm saying, and just wanted to get out of, you know what I'm saying, the district because everybody was just wilding out. So you had a lot of these, you know, let's just say rich. Let's be honest. Rich folk fly, nigga. I'm wilding out. They took a train at the time. I think the trains was, constructed. So they take a train, East Coast, West Coast, landed in Redlands, and that's where they, they built this beautiful crib, 3,500. Repeat, they bought 3 acres and a plot of land for 3,500. Built the crib once again for like 35. And if you don't, if you know, it was at a time where there was slavery. So, I don't want to hear it. You know what I mean? A lot of shit that should have been paid for. That's how they saved their bread. Just had slaves doing a lot of shit. If you had to pay a worker every day to be your butler, be your chauffeur, be your cook, be all this other stuff, I don't think they would have had the bread. You know what I'm saying? But because it was free 99, all they had to do was they just make a little house for the, you know what I'm saying, for the slaves. But that's not where I really want to go with it. It was dope as hell. Like, let me tell y'all. Let me tell y'all. This fucking this establishment, it was a home, you know what I mean? It had about, I want to say it was variant. I think it was like 8 bedrooms, 5 baths, something crazy like that. And beautiful balconies wrapping around. So it started with, I believe, Miss Hill. She comes and she traveled a lot. So she liked the France, the aesthetic. So on in the construction of their crib, they added that little French, you know what I'm saying? Mozoir. And then um if you continue through the garden and they got these steps that lead up to the house, beautiful, gorgeous. I posted it. Long story short, they had this aesthetic from Italian decor. So, you got this little lake or whatever, like a pond. It was just beautiful, you know what I mean? And the significance of this was just the history behind it, the fact that, a lot of homes nowadays, I hate this. Like a streamer will buy a house. Oh, I got the bread, nigga. Whatever, 20 mil, nigga. And then he'll destroy it and then put something else, some shitty shit there. But not knowing that when he destroyed it, that crib was historically in the mix. You know what I mean? Yo, what up, Jay? Yo, how you doing, Jay? Nah, you good, Bob? You know what I'm saying? You just woke up, you want to, chit chat, play around and shit. I'm here for you, Jay. But what up, I hope you're having a great 2026. You and the family. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't, sub to me. Give me a thumbs up, y'all. You know how I get down. I'm out here in the fucking cold for y'all. Look, that's not weed smoke. I'm, but for y'all, I'm outside. Look at that beautiful view, y'all. But yeah, I got a video. It's called Kimberly Crest. It was like I said, this old historical building house that was kept around, and they have a tour of the inside, and it is gorgeous. Yo, the technology. First of all, they had this little machine that would ring. in the the pantry and the quarters of like the butlers or whoever, and let them know. It notified them each room where the bell was rang, nigga. Like this is the 2030s, 40s. You know what I'm saying? They had this tech. She was the first one, or one of five, to have electricity running through her crib, which was, back then, nigga. We're talking about the 40s, 50s. Carriages were still rolling around, and she had lights early. Yo, what's going on, Brizzy? How you doing, Pod? Yo, Jay, what up, prison? He comes off as a zesty dude. Oh God, niggas is wildin'. Paulie D and Fuzi had a baby. It's all good. What up, folk? How y'all doing? Nigga said Floozy too. That nigga a millionaire though. I'll hold that one. But yeah, man. You go into this crib, aesthetically, it was just beautiful, from the carpets to the even they even try to replicate the what's that called, the wallpaper. So literally, in order to keep the crib looking how it was, they would go to, luckily a lot of the companies were still around in the 80s, 90s when they were trying to restore it. So they got the same wallpaper, they got the same carpet, they got the same, nigga said black and mild, but it's white. You's a goofy nigga. What's going on, goofios? What's poppin', goofios? What the fuck is all the animosity for me, man? Get off the Johnson Swanson, y'all. I know my shit is bigger, but let's ease off. You heard? You lucky my crew ain't in here. It's a little too early. That's why I'm getting. What up, Stevie? Nah, this is just a regular ciggy, but I am gonna smoke weed right now. Nigga says smoke, bro. Nigga can't even spell, bro. You too hyped to type. You heard, Ghost? Relax. Calmate, compay. Nigga so hyped to troll. Ah, I gotta say this real quick. It's on my mind. It's all good, y'all. It's all good. LOLs. Do what you got to do. Trolling don't hurt me. If you want to come down and check the knuckle game, we could do that. But I know talk is just talk. You heard? So do your thing. Let it out. Let it out. Ah! A lot of you young kids got that iPad ADHD shit going. So let it out. Let it out, y'all. I bet it's the same niggas complaining that there's no jobs and shit. There's no work. But yo, shout out to me with the polo. You know what I mean? Why would I call the cops? Why would a nigga with scars all over his face call the cops? Why would I do that? Remember, I'm 40, I'm 43, I'm a unk. We don't do those. Y'all do those. In fact, y'all opposite. Somebody get murdered in front of y'all won't call the cops. Somebody does something corny, stealing, like, it's weird, man. Y'all love 12, you heard? Y'all love 12 and ice really badly. I'm surprised I ain't hear ice jokes. Nah? Or y'all know I'm Puerto Rican. Or does it even matter? Nigga said, still this lame guy. You're on my chan. Holla at your boy for whatever, entertainment or whatever value you gaining from this. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool. As long as I, bring suckers like you into the group, I'm good. I'm doing my numbers, you heard? Nah, I got a few years for that. And why you mad? Cause you gotta use filters? You probably younger than me, but look old as fuck, my nigga. Body look like SpongeBob, I bet. SpongeBob SquarePanties. Nigga, trust me. My shit say zero. I know there's more people in here. Yes, my channel be ringing. And wait till my peoples come in. Usually at 9 o'clock, but I did an early one. I'm here early, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We were talking about random. That Kimberly Crest. That shit was lit. Dope ass house. If you're ever in the California area, go there. It's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? They got tours of the garden. They got tours of the house. And like I said, it was a cool little joint. Whatever you want to name call, my G. That shit ain't bothering me at all. I got the L, happily, married, chilling, guap, everything righteous, you know what I'm saying? Oh, peep the plants. Ladies and gentlemen, we added another one. Remember, these were just bulbs at the time. They just blossomed. But peep game here. It's just pretty lit. I swear to God it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, we started with this little guy. They named him Goober. Then we started with this one. This one actually grew these three little stems. So watering your plants, giving them sun and all that. Then we added an aloe. Actually, this was the first one, this Christmas tree. So what we do is we leave these at a gravesite, and then when they're gonna every week they clean them. Right before they clean it, we grab it and bring it back to the crib. And this is the one, y'all. So basically, they all look like this one right here. And then pop, pop, pop. Beautiful. I don't know, man. I love it. I'm trying to get a green thumb going. You know what I mean? I find it very fascinating and cool that, like, water, sun, if you take care of something, it grows into something beautiful. Just like humans, I tell all my peoples, human nature, Michael Jackson, that song is amazing, by the way, but random, just being able to get watered, and a lot of y'all just angry, you know what I mean? You're not getting the water, the treatment, the love, the support, you know what I mean? You guys have a weird way of like attacking first and then trying to be friends later, but it's just weird to me. I just think, you know what I mean? If somebody is just chilling, talking, and the first thing you decide to do is just jump, you know what I'm saying? The gun a little bit, it makes you what's the word? Look weak. You know what I mean? Because I damn sure know in society, your head down, shoulders low, on the phone, very scary. But shout out to Zay Dollar Random. Thank you for rocking with me and joining my channel. It's type cool. Look at my videos, like and subscribe. If you sub to me, I'm a sub to you. Peep your game. My man Fan Bow. Today is his birthday. Fan Bow podcast. Born day today. Many more, many more. Wish him. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. Birthdays are always dope, especially when you're younger and you get them gifts, especially when you get the gifts you want. You know what I mean? But shout out to everybody having a birthday soon or in the month of February. I'm a March baby. My shit's coming up very, very soon. You know how the fish do. We very flowing. And yeah, man, just have a great time, live life. Make sure you have people around you that energetically give you a positive frequency so you're able to prosper and do what you got to do on this earth. You know what I mean? We're here for the one time only, one time glory. I know they always try to fabricate our minds and say there's a multiverse, multiple dimensions. If you die, your subconscious keeps going and you're who knows. I just think we have one time, one chance, and life is short, but you got to make it what the fuck you can. You know what I mean? Time is slipping by for like yo. You know what it is? A lot of them. I don't even like to say Gen A, whatever. A lot of them kids that were in their teens was calling us unk and all that shit. Years flew, and now they understanding life is real. How we were telling them, get a job, save your money, do the right thing. You know what I mean? We all know that the 40-hour week was a sucker joint. You know what I'm saying? They would give you overtimes without paying us for overtime. So we went through a lot of stuff, but we just bit the bullet and just worked. You know what I mean? And just did what we had to do. We didn't complain, and I think that's the difference between generations. And the fact that they're letting y'all complain, but it's weird. They let you guys complain, but then they don't do. In fact, they do worse. They take more jobs off the market, and then they like it's like everything y'all saying is like the opposite. So be careful how y'all speak. You guys literally are manifesting your future in front of you guys. We're about to hit retirement age. We're almost out of the game. So yes, the game is for y'all. Please play fun, have fun, you know what I'm saying? And be wise with it, you know what I'm saying? But life is it's faster than you know. Let me tell you a secret. So it's all about scheduling and having an active day. So when you're younger, either your mother's taking you out or um let's just say maybe go to grandma's house, grandpa. You're kind of always traveling, but once you get into school, once you're in school, you have this. This is why they break it down between class periods, 8 to 9. You know what I'm saying? Like each class has their own little period. So this is why they break it down. And it actually extends your. No, yes, I did look it up, dude. Alien of Dragons was popping, Alien. Yes, I did. That fish is weird, bro. Yo, that is crazy. Yo, that is amazing. It took you a while. I think you popped in once, but yo, Alien of Dragons, welcome back. Welcome back, man. We had a great discussion on fish and doing our thing and life and you're not even from I think you out of here, man. You one of them. Yo, I appreciate you. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Thank you for remember information, knowledge, everything that I try to gain from you guys or just people in general is to obtain knowledge. For me, for information, I love, being somewhere and then bringing up, maybe that fish, a whatever. There's so many fishes, but the fact that you just gave me one more to add to my little, my little book. But I appreciate you, Alien. Don't retract them, man. You good peoples, man. I promise, man. I promise you good people, man. But yeah, I think they tricked everybody random with the subjects, with the class, with the time. Why you think when you're in a certain class and you're looking at the time, it's like why you think they have the clock there? And it looks like it's going slow. Mind you, two things. When you're at work or at school, time is always slower for some reason, right? And then when you're at your man's house playing video games or you're on vacation, you land on Friday, it's already Sunday. Something is that's why I kind of wanted to do more research on time. Is it linear? Is it, how does it really work truly? Somebody said that life is a circle. Why you think obviously everything repeats itself? You know what I mean? Over and over again. You may think we're living something new, but like the past, they've done this zillions of times over and over. And to think that older cultures didn't have electricity or didn't harness energy from the earth is wild to me. But shout out to Alien the Dragons. Shout out to Fan Bao. Happy born day once again. Shout out my dude Juju. Shout out motherfucking wife. Shout out everybody that just be rocking with the kid. But yeah, man, they be playing with time. Once again, when you in school, this shit going and it's something about the scheduling. It's something about reinforcing, oh, at this time you have to go to this class. Every time it's like that, it's always think about it like this: when you're going to work and you got to be there by 9, you know what I'm saying? That 8 to 9, that all that shit is fucking with you. You're on the train and oh my god, like it's just this weird anxiety numbers do. Numbers are super weird, powerful, and time. I think you know what I mean. But they figured out something or a way of I don't know manipulating or making us feel because there ain't no way at 43 I supposed to look like this. And then when I was younger, 43, nigga was bald, mustache all gray already. Like it's just I don't know. And I know they might say, but you're drinking water, eating better. I don't know. I don't know about that one. I think they ate better back then. A lot of shit was fresh. I do admit there was a lot of cigarettes and maybe alcohol consumption going on a little bit more. What up, everybody? Random. We outside. We chilling. It's a glorious day. Very cold though. Very cold. Whenever you see blue skies, no clouds, usually it's a cold one. That's how people used to tell if a snowstorm was coming. You know what I mean? I remember this one movie. This old man is sitting down, and this guy's like, "Wow, it's gonna be a beautiful day." He's like, "Snow is coming, young man." I'm like, "Yo, son," you know what I mean? And there used to be this credence and this cool respect for the elderly because of the wisdom they gained. Nowadays, we just think we know the shit or we're better or something, which is just fallacious. One of the best things to do if you were a podcaster, interview old folk. They got stories, they got gems, and we need to do that. I hope I know there's channels that are doing that, but yo, the stories. the elderly obtain is just, and they want to let it out too. Trust me, they just want to let it out so they could go to sleep properly. Because a lot of those guys in World War II or Vietnam War, them shits was diabolical. You know what I'm saying? And there was no mental crisis or no PT, whatever. There was not a lot of things going on where they could just sit back and you know collect benefits or something. Not even like that. It's just about the benefits, even on the aspect of like, going to see a therapist and releasing it. They just, these old men just used to bite the bullet and just be hardcore. You know what I mean? It's just wow. There definitely was a different claw from the man today to the man 30, 40, 50 years ago, just diabolically. I wish we brought back when, suits were cheap and like everybody wore suits. Um, all the women wore beautiful dresses and, all the way to their ankle didn't show anything other than maybe ankle and a little bit of right here. That's it. Like, you know what I mean? Their neck. Random. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but whenever I see women making videos like this, it just my antennas go up. So there was a female. I'm sorry, I need to get her name. I need to, give her props. But she's discussing why, you know how women wear gym clothes in the supermarket and they feel naked a little bit, and she goes, if you feel like that at the supermarket, how do you think it makes men or other people feel when you're at the gym moving all type of movements? You know what I'm saying? So yes, it's a comfortable fit, but a lot of these clothes are becoming more revealing. And yo, random, this other what's my man's name? Damn, I think it's like, damn, B, Ron Brown, some shit like that. I'm a figure out. I'm high right now, mommy. And sorry, I came a little bit earlier. Usually I come later from 9 or 10, and I get a better crowd. But right now, I know kids are in school, things are going on, people are moving. But so this old lady, right? She looked about 80, right? 85, 90. But she was like, why obviously the respect between man and woman declined, but also the revealing uh look, I'm not saying this happens to all men, but she did say, why men kind of need, to interact a little bit more with the female, because when you're just walking in the store, you might see a girl, her butt out. You know, there used to be a thing about, what's underneath the clothes, right? That was the excitement for man. you know Let me tell you, in the 90s, whenever a gangster, whatever profession you was in, whenever you saw the female that was, you know buttoned up more, less revealing, you kind of, yo, Potter, yo, Potter, what up, man? What up, random? We're gonna change the whole joint. My man Potter in the building, man. I appreciate him. Uh, yo, many more, pa. Blessed, stay blessed, yo. I swear, that's all I'm gonna say. You heard, OJ? But yo, you one of them ones. Thank you for rocking with the kid. I think you subbed and you always give me thumbs up. So thank you. I appreciate your time. And word, man. I'm just talking about like how the decline between man and woman and just the family values just disappeared, and how we need to go back to that and realize that we have a better connection together than we do apart. You know what I mean? I know a lot of us are in our apartments, like I could pay this rent dolo, and but there's a difference when you have another human with you. Your brain don't play tricks like it does when you're alone. But shout out to everybody. I'm not saying we're all going to be happy and shit, but it is what it is, man. They making this world very scary. But shout out to Pada, man. Word, man. And once again, random, shout out to Bad Bunny. Ba- ba- I'm gonna give him his props, B. That halftime show was diabolical. Yo, that kid, yo, yo, that kid, and Potter at the same time. My niggas. What's poppin'? How y'all doing? I hope everybody chilling. You know what I'm saying? We live in the we live and direct, man. Like I say, I come on, I just try to give good vibes, give good whatever I could help, you know what I'm saying? But that's what's up, man. Thank you for remembering me. Thank you for, still supporting me. Thanks for the thumbs up. And I appreciate you guys. Here's a heart for you guys. Hold that. Cool, cool, man. Yeah, cool. Yeah, cool. Ah, ah. I got that kid. Butter. Kuma. Niggas don't understand my crew. Yo, we are, yo. And then the more y'all follow me, I promise we gonna be like this. Gonna buy. Woo! Y'all give me the energy and the motivation to continue and do what I gotta do. Even if it's like 3 people in the building, I still be talking my ish, man. Like it's 5 million. But I appreciate you guys. Of course, the legend is back, my Jay-Z. Ah! And yo, stay with that swag, pa. Say, you know what I mean? Be you. Everybody never change who you guys are. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a beautiful thing. Let me tell you, from my age to y'all, it's a beautiful thing being y'all. You know what I mean? I appreciate you guys. Thank you. 100. We staying strong in this motherfucker. Facto. What's going on? My nigga Prize in the building. What's going on, man? New vision. So we got Kumar, New Vision, Bada, Early, and let's go that kid. Yo, I appreciate you guys, man, for real. Let's go Hornets. Out of the 16 games, they won 12, so that's pretty cool. And that's it, man. We got the Seahawks winning the Super Bowl. I'm just, reiterating a couple of my pods. But thank you for rocking with me, y'all. Look at my shit. Yo, you stole my cash after for you put in my channel. What? What up, Addies? I hope you're doing good, man. By the way, I don't do none of those. You guys, if you guys know me, I don't even put up my Cash App. I don't need nobody, you know what I mean? I just need you guys, your time, your support, and your thumbs up just is more to me than anything. And, gratefully manifesting, we're going to go and get high. We're going to monetize this channel. I'm going to get ads. We're going to get all those cool little sponsorships going on. I feel like I got the little swag for it, you know what I mean? And I got the gift of gab, and you guys are gonna come with me, so we're gonna have fun, man. That's a fact, Kuma. Yo, cool. Yo, bro. Never, yo, your word game is beautiful. Continue, yo, your brainium cranium is amazing, my GZ. That kid, Kuma, and of course, Bada. Never change, y'all. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I like yo. You know how some like I say, I read shit and I'm like, yo, you. It was straight to the point. You heard? I never pull out. I leave it in. Damn, Jimmy, you a wild one. You a wild one, Jimmy. You a wild one, man. You probably got a lot of kids because of that, Jimmy. Probably got a lot of kids, pa. Me, I got one beautiful, beautiful son, man. Beautiful. What up, Walter? PTSD? Yeah, man. RIP Jimmy. I know, man. What up? I know Walter. Thank you for rocking. Kumar. We got that kid. We got Para. Thank you everybody for rocking with the kid. Thanks for the subscriptions. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for everything. Again, Aziz. Yallah, Wallah, whatever game you playing, Kazo. Yallah, I didn't do nothing. I don't even think I got time to be. Look, if you guys don't know, you see my little corny like AI videos, and I'm trying. I'm an old head. I don't know how to do this. I wish I met somebody that could edit and help me, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I can't even fucking get into my Gmail, let alone steal some niggas fucking cash app. Vitali, imagine. I got the nostril like him. But yo, what the hell, Jimmy typing? I don't know, Jimmy Raw Doggy. Damn, Jimmy out of this world with his man. TMI, Jimmy. But yeah, man. I'm a New York nigga. You heard? Born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, East New York, 470 Blake Avenue. You heard? Across the street from PS 32, whatever school that was. Yo, Kumar. That's a fact. But I don't really say it that much. If you look at my other videos, I really don't. I'm just hype right now. You know what I mean? But shout out to everybody. Thank you for rocking with the kid. I went to Kimberly Crest yesterday. It was a mansion. You get to go inside, look at the aesthetics. They kept it the same since 1857. They had a beautiful garden. The shit was lit. The lady took us around the house, and she brought us to every room, and whatever. Beautiful. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? Doing other things than the norm, which to me was just hanging outside on the street smoking L's and you know what I mean, riding around, whatever. But yeah, Kumar, appreciate you, man. I really do. Hold that. Congratulations, Kumar. Thank you for the thumbs up, everybody. Yo, Cool Machines. Cool Machines, man. What's up again? But word, man, that kid, Pada, Kumar, everybody, man. Even Jimmy. I say, yo. Now this, yeah. Mr. Original Day One CAD Post. What's poppin', cat? Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Ah. What up, Bob? Thank you for rocking with the kid. I appreciate you every time, all the time. You know what I mean? But word, man, you definitely are back, man. But like I was saying, random, there's a lot going on. Ja Rule threw a pillow at Tony Yayo, funny as hell. Kumar, look at that with the blue, baby. The honor and the respect for you. You heard, cool? You know what I'm saying? And obviously, Post No, the more you come, I make you guys moderators. I make you guys, you know what I mean? You're a good one, Pa. I appreciate you. But yeah, man, got the Dipset hoodie I wore in my other video. These are hoodies. I don't know how you guys wear your hoodies, but I wear mines, every other day I try to change it up. But and now that I'm doing streams, I guess you guys want to see different outfits and shit. It's really hard. I'm not that rich. But yeah, man, shout out to life. Shout out to breathing. I'm on some simple shit, right? And yeah, this look like that. Now look how they look. Yeah, I got my green thumb popping, y'all. This shit don't look like a mini forest over here. Yeah, sooner than later it is, man. Look, you see that little tiny thing? It's growing, y'all. It's growing. And that's what I want y'all to start doing. Start growing something, man. Because they're going to pin us against the corner, man. Learn how to do potatoes, get a chicken, tomatoes, onions, and you be Gucci. Because potatoes, you could do a lot with them. Cut them up, French fries, if you got oil. Mashed potatoes, just bake the motherfuckers. Hope you got butter. I like the white rose. I appreciate you, cool. That shit look dope, right? I'm telling you, them shits was buds, cool. Yo, bye. Them shits were little buds, added water. Love from Yo, shout to Wisconsin in the building. Who that? What up, Mill? 27 in the building. But word, shout out to Wisconsin, man. They need to get love, you heard? That's Green Bay over there, or I don't know. But yo, shout out to Wisconsin, man. They get the W's for real, and a heart. Whole lot. But yeah, cool. When we play in PlayStation Post, I got you, man. Like I said, my joint is Zay Dollar 718. You know what I'm saying? What do you do? What do you do in New York? Well, right now I'm in California, so in New York, I had just let me just tell you, I'm not fake. I'm not life is life, man. So I had a kid young. I was a paralegal in my beginning stages of life. In 08, 09, that little crisis happened. I got laid off. I went into construction. It was on the books, then it went off the books because the guy was a slimy dude. You know what I mean? So I worked construction. I did window washing. I'm on the 80th story of the Empire State Building. And if you don't know, if you go to New York City and you see that high, you got these little hooks on the brick wall. And I always wondered what the hell are the hooks for? So window washers could hook up their harness, lean back, 80 story, and you want washing with whoop. It's like the S. They tell you to do the S. You know what I'm saying? But life is life. Yeah, Roger God. Thank you for rocking with the kid. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Cooper, nigga, what's up, Coop? That's why you one of them ones, man. You one of them ones, pa. But yeah, man. I worked in a hospital, and then go figure. I happened to be working in the hospital when COVID hit, so I caught COVID for a month. Check out this story, random. So it's about 2018, 17. I get a job at a hospital working there already 2 years, about two and a half. Then COVID hits. We don't know what it is in the beginning. Remember, first of all, they called it corona. It used to be called the coronavirus, right? But I guess it was too close to the beer. Niggas was playing around, playing too many games. Long story short, I get out for a month. This thing really took me over. I guess I got the real fresh version, right? I go back to work in the hospital still. You know what I mean? A lot of jobs aren't working, but the hospitals still have to go. So I go back, doctors, patients, nurses, dead. Like I went and they had these like a red X on doors. I'm like, what happened? Those are people that died. Stay away from that door. I'm like, yo, scary, yeah. And then yes, I caught COVID again. And I don't know what happened. It takes my energy. I was throwing up a lot. I had no taste. I couldn't smell. Very, very scary getting COVID, corona. I don't even think I'm supposed to be saying those words, right? Those are like the key words that they'll just. But yeah, man, the virus got to the kid, man, and it was scary. And then fast forward, remember it made like a little comeback, like it tried to do a tour again in America. I got sick again, but like I think I defeated it in like a week and a half, 2 weeks, a little bit faster. But yo, random shout out to everybody rocking with the kid. Thanks for the thumbs up. I got five of them, man. Them shit's making me happy. But yeah, man, Gooba is right here, right next to the kid. Kumar, we decided to name this guy. We're gonna name the other guys. So Satomo is the big guy right there. We got Satomo, and I already said these are his sisters. Haven't named them. This little girl that's popping up, and then you got the beautiful roses. But yeah, man, we already got a name, Satomo and Goober, and he's just chilling, man. And like I said, there's this respect, there's this calmness that I have with the plants. You know, when I do shut down my life, I water them, I talk to them, I see what's up, hope everything's going good with them. You know what I mean? And for some reason, they're giving me growth, they're giving me beauty. And of course, you know what I mean? You got to make sure they get the sun. And yo, when I do, like I go, hey Meta, how do I take care of this plant? I swear I didn't notice, but not every day you got to water them, and a lot of them can't take like direct sun. Like just some of them. It's just like all plants are different. That's why going to the Huntington Library or the botanical area is just mind blowing that they have a variation of different plants. Look on my page. Y'all see all the things. It's like 1,000 different cacti, and they're all chilling together somehow, living and what I'm saying? Dips in the building. What up, Mike Jordan? Hold that. Fadeaway King, you heard? Yo, speaking of Mike Jordan, random. If you guys got at least $300-400 stacked, the infrared Valentine's Day Jordans. I think they're the sixes. I may be mistaken, but the Valentine's Day Jordans are dropping. Them shits are fire. But I'm past the stage of running and get sneakers. You know what I'm saying? I like Hokas. I like comfortable New Balance, Asics, and you know how that go. But once again. What up, man? There's Jewels. What up, Jewels? What up, son? Dipset in the building. What up, man? What up, Jewels? Thanks for rocking with the kid. My Lenovo laptop got sold, bro. Damn, brother, what the hell? Lenovo, man. And yo, on the low, yo, this is why sometimes I dig y'all generation because you guys look into like it. Sometimes it don't always got to be name brand for it to be. You know what I'm saying? So Lenovo's were one of those models that were like, yeah, but they did what they needed to do. Let's just say. But damn, yeah, exactly, Pada. How? Who sold it? Was it sold behind your back or did you sell it? I hope you got enough money, man. I hope it was like at least more than 50, 40. But you know how Facebook Marketplace goes. And be careful if you guys are selling things on Facebook Marketplace, random, be very careful. I seen some stupid guy selling the Apple, the Apple VR joints. Some kid was like, "Oh, let me try them." Like, what? I know it has a tracker, and who knows that how the story ended. May obviously cops probably came to the crib. Me overthinking what could have happened. Yup, yup, yup. And yo, you know how they always say go with your first choice? Uh, listen to your gut feeling. You know what I mean? Always edit with your heart instead of your brain. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, and take time before you talk, because a lot of times, whatever thoughts you have, you might not know that it might, hurt somebody. What you're saying, you know what I'm saying? But I learned a long time ago never to trust the words that are coming from your subconscious or something. It always tells you to do the opposite of what you need to do. You know what I mean? It's a very tricky thing. I wonder who that truly is in there. You know what I mean? And no, I'm not going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody should have that little subconscious voice in your head. You know what I'm saying? Telling you, that's why they always compare it to like the little devil or the little angel. You know what I'm saying? Hey, no, don't do that. Don't take the Snickers bar. And then this one is like, yeah, nigga, take it. It's free 99. Fuck everybody. It's like, yo, that's the same nigga, but like, whatever. But I appreciate everybody. Thanks for the look at my man Gooba chilling. You heard? Gooba Ito. But yeah, man, the only reason I took it down cool is because it was windy and my son Dula would have flew. But yo, one of the coolest things, let me show y'all. So look at the depth between downstairs and then the gate, right? So long story short, like I told you guys, I take care of a cat, right? A black cat. I like cats. Like if I leave a little thing of water and food out for them, right? Long story short, the cat jumped up here on that gray ledge and somehow came. So we come back from shopping or something, and I open the back balcony, and the black cat is out. I'm like, "Yo, how you get yo?" And it knew that it was my balcony. You know what I'm saying? Yo, cats are so fucking smart. I swear to God. The down part looks like desert. It is. It is. We're like in this the Mojave Desert, if you guys want to know. You know what I'm saying? But check that out. That doesn't look beautiful though. Very cold though today. It's warming up. I can feel that sun warming it up. I got a black cat too. Yeah, Kuma. Bro, sometimes it charges and sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why. Oh, Pada, we gotta figure that out, man. Yo, go to YouTube, Pada, and type in exactly what type of issue you have, and somebody will figure it out. Maybe it's a shortage in the wire. Maybe you just gotta connect a piece of aluminum for you, and that whatever. You're gonna figure it out. I promise. I hope everybody, make sure you give him good energy so he can figure it out. You probably misspelled it, but what up, man? Yeah, Kumar just changed the charger. Yo, Kumar, I don't know, Black Cats. Remember? Not even remember, like you my peoples, and we've been chilling for years. But yo, motherfucking, they used to give cats like a bad rap. That's why I hate when like don't be a soft animal with good fur, because they're gonna take. You know what I'm saying? It sucks sometimes. But black cats and other cultures weren't like the evil they portrayed them. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, if a cat crosses you, you got bad luck or weird shit during Halloween, right? Actually, the black cats were mystic. They read people better. Like, it's wild. I look at my yo, I be having a bad day, and I used to go home in New York, right? And my cat Rocky, right? It's all black. He used to come to me and be like, "Yo, you alright? You good? All right, feed me, and then we talk about it later." I'm like, "Yo, this cat, what the hell?" Of course, he didn't tell me that, but the vibes he gave me was that. You know what I mean? I know I got the nostril game, man. Look, just as big as the damn Planosaurus. But yeah, man, couldn't I can't. Not everybody's perfect. You know what I mean? That's the way the world works, man. That's the game. You know what I'm saying? But eventually, uh, in the beginning of my life, I had a button nose, and then it grew. And obviously, you just be accustomed. It's my body. What am I gonna do? I don't got the bread to. I don't want to do that anyway. You know what I'm saying? No surgery. I'm lucky. I got this nostril. Look, and look even cooler when I do the nigga, what up? What up, Nene? Yeah, Nene. What up? I'm from India, and in our country, black cats are unlucky, but mine is lucky as fuck. I told you, Kumar. Damn, Kumar, you all the way out there? Yo, shout out to you. But once again, shout out to Nene. What up, man? And because Nene one of the ones, of course, this is Goober. You know what I'm saying? The cactus is doing good, but sorry, y'all. I already did it already, but I got to do it one more time. But, ma, check this out. So it used to look like that. A little bit of water, sunlight. Look at that. Both of them are. You got third one about to pop. This one, we just threw seeds in there, you know what I'm saying? And look at that little guy that's about to give us life. And of course, this is Satsuma, the first tree we had. He's still glorious and feels strong. And then this guy didn't have these little bulbs, these little things. These just grew, which is beautiful. And then we got that aloe. But yeah, Nene, that shit gave us some, it blossomed like a mother sucker. But I appreciate you, Nene, for rocking with the kid. Always your great supporter. And thank you. Jesus is my Lord. Yes, Jesus. This is what I'm talking about, man. Yo, thank you, ma. Thank you. This is what I'm talking about. Like in the beginning of my joint, it was like just randoms. But now when I get the squad, I get the support, the love, and I feel the vibes every time you guys are here. And we always have a great time, don't we? You know what I'm saying? We always be chilling, talking, bugging out. Life is supposed to be smiling and being happy. Love plans. Thank you, Jesus. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have an attachment to nature, y'all. Somehow we disconnected. You know what I mean? Like, and I know we don't have the power really. Like when they're like, "Oh, we're gonna destroy acres of land and shit." Like, but yeah, man, we destroy a lot of biomes, a lot of fucking creatures extinct because of us. I don't like things like that. You know what I mean? Chat always lit. I appreciate you, Nene. Wait, what my Nay at? Puerto Ricans had nothing to do with hip hop. That's a fact. We had a lot to do with salsa and merengue though. Boom 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 boom. Boom boom. Boom 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 boom. Oh! I get just excited when I see him sprout. Yeah, that's a fact. There are other issues with laptop as well, not only the charging problem. I'll take to the Lenovo showroom, bro. I don't know how much they'll charge for the repair. Father, I hope they don't charge that much. But once again, peep YouTube and see if there's any little handy tricks that they could do. Because I know for me, sometimes I have an issue like either, when you buy a table and they don't give you the instructions, I look it up and YouTube usually has a video helping me, fix something, let's just say. But I hope you figure that issue out, man. And sorry for that one, man. And yeah, man, I hope the charging repair doesn't cost you too much. But if it's about that issue, like let's say it's 200-300, yo, just go on Facebook Marketplace and try to get you a new Lenovo. That might be the other option. Just get a brand new joint, you know what I'm saying? Or used on OfferUp, or like how I do is Marketplace. Facebook. But yeah, man, random is a great one when you guys pop in. We chilling. We got the plant life, prospering. I want you guys to always follow my videos so you see how good they're getting and how alive they are. And that's it. Follow my journey. Like I said, we chilled at the Kimberly Crest yesterday. I'm gonna post more videos about that. We couldn't do videos indoors, and I was gonna do the like, hey Meta, take a picture. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean. But I'll make some noodles. All right, Kumar, do your thing, man. I appreciate everybody. I'm still here though, Nene. I hope everybody doing good though. You know what I mean? Like I said, uh, just prosper and enjoy life as much as you can. Don't let the outside issues take over what needs to be done, because that's what they do. A lot of outside distractions. We're very easily distracted. Understand that. You're human. We're not robots. Right now, I'm in California, West Coast, and it's wild because in the morning it was nipply, hence the jacket and the sweater and the the hat. But I know on the East Coast it's cold too. You know what I mean? Very cold, especially in the like December, January, February months. Even yo, it's wild. They even pushed it to like March, April, still be cold out there. You know what I mean? Watching from Colorado in the building, y'all. That's a beautiful place. Always wanted to like just, you guys got the the mountains and just it's just beautiful out there. Let's just say. A lot of snow, I think, right? A lot of snow. But you know what's wild? We went to a place that we literally saw the Colorado River going right through. It's a point of like Arizona and California, and the river just flows right through. I think it's the Colorado River. It's freezing in Philly. Nene, I would imagine. No, not hardly this year. Oh, I got you. I got you, Jesus. Gomez in the fucking building. What up, Gomez? Hi, Gomez. How you doing, pa? I hope everything is well in your life and stay blessed. But I saw it. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I like that a lot of people are talking and we're just having this great discussion. I appreciate you guys. But yeah, yeah, Kumar, appreciate you, pa. Cook up them noodles, you know what I mean? Like I said, I'm California. Amen. Thank you. Colorado, once again, is amazing. And yeah, Philly. Yo, check this out. I remember it's still the East Coast, but we went to Massachusetts. My dad's brother, rest in peace at the time, had a house, but the boiler busted, right? And when you're younger, you don't think nothing like it, but houses get cold. You know what I mean? Like you don't think about it, but like, damn, you're gonna have to. We slept in sweaters and coats and 700 blankets, but it gets cold in the East Coast. You know what I mean? And if you're close to that water, I. RIP for real. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But what up, Gomez? Nene, Gomez, you know what I'm saying? Kumar, Jesus, everybody in this building. I appreciate you guys. And my thumbs be matching. Yo, thank you, everybody. I appreciate y'all for real. Hold that, hold that, hold that. Look at my man Kumar. Yeah, with the orange button on top. But it's cool, man. Growing is dope, you know what I mean? And I always used to like when I was younger, they used to do things like, oh, we destroyed all these trees, but we replanted. And if you guys don't know, it takes trees like 20 years just to get its growth. You know what I mean? So, I hope 20 years, like we just reforest this world, man, because trees help a lot, you know what I mean? Especially with animals progressing in life. The wind has been ripping like crazy. That's a fact. What's going on with the wind? I said this like two videos ago about the wind and shit like that. That is wild though, Ned. How powerful, right? Like how powerful the wind's been getting. It's actually scary, if you ask me. My bad. I just had to go in the cribbo, get a little stogie bogey. Don't smoke, y'all. Let me do it for y'all. Stay healthy. Mind you, I started smoking at 27, 28. I was into track, football, handball, basketball. I was very athletic, hence the reason why I guess I still kind of look you know what I mean? But I was very athletic. I love sports growing up, you know what I mean? Just kept me active and kept me doing something. Thank God, Jesus. And I'm gonna follow you in those steps. I promise you guys. If you follow my journey, one day you're gonna just see the L, and then after that, just nothing, and it's just freedom. But thank you, man, for that. Yeah, vaping is horrible. Let me see. Yeah, the wind. I'm even scared to ask my parents to buy me another laptop. Anyway, it's okay. I earn money and buy one later. Rakesh, bro. Yeah, para. You know what I'm saying? I got enough bills and shit, and being unemployed, I wish I could just send you money to buy one, but I hope you get your money up and get one. You know what I mean? Nene, you are funny as wasn't it cool being kids younger, right? Like I don't know, there was this cool aesthetic about being kids, and it's wild because the parents. This is I'm not saying this happens a lot, but the parents knew like the brother and sister wasn't gonna do nothing creepy to each other. They knew that the brother should always hold down the sister. But if you had an older sister and you were the younger brother, what the sister gave you in knowledge was way better. Like she taught you, yo, don't hang out with that girl. She a bad one. I know. You know what I mean? But yeah, shout out to growing up, man. By the way, you play any games? Yeah, right now I'm playing God of War for PlayStation 5. It's God of War Ragnarok. I think that's part two or three. Two, right? We used to, but yeah, man, cactuses are fun, man. But damn, he must have been with the Incas and shit. What's that, Gomez? A little. See? You see? That is funny as hell, man. But yeah, I'm happy that you got like a that's how it used to be, and then like, parents weren't afraid of the economic crises that might come with bigger families. They just wanted the bigger family. Because what happens, everybody, is when you have kids, when you get older, you know, how it goes is the kids kind of take care of you, or you at least have a place to go to. That's how it networks. Now they're tricking y'all into not having babies where you're going to be alone, and you can't ask your cat to take care of you, or dog, or whatever. You know what I mean? So, and they're ending a lot of family. Remember, not remember. I keep saying that like we've known each other for years, but there used to be a thing about the last name. Like your last name, you held it with pride and respect. They do that in a lot of Eastern nations. A lot of Asian countries still hold the last name as like, oh, you're part of this family, huh? So you better act as if, understand me? So I once poured a mug full of cold water with ice on my little sister while she was sleeping. God damn, Kumar! And it happened and went, ah! Of course, she jumped out of her body, right? The divorce rates are high, man. You already know. For real, y'all. Yeah, man. But there was this, you know, um, even in times of COVID, like, yes, you could have had a two-bedroom with like six people, but like, let me tell you, it's like I sleep better when there's people in the apartment when there isn't. You understand? Like, that's why I do miss my years as a kid with my parents, because, waking up knowing that you're safe and everything is good, and then you hear your mom and dad is just a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, Jesus, it happens, man. And a lot of people bought into the I don't want to say trend, but whenever things get the wheels rolling, remember almost 10 years ago or 5, they were doing the Me Too movement. Like, I don't like this country that we go through phases and literally destroy lives just because of a trend or a movement or like a challenge, you know what I mean? But it's just wow, man. Like that this world is corrupt. It is. But a few of us know that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and if you pray and realize that, there's a bigger reason for why we're here. It's not just to joke around and play and destroy people. It's to actually uplift and make sure everybody does the right thing. You know what I mean? Everybody knew our last name and we respected in the white neighborhood. See, yo, Nene, I'm not even lying about that, ma. Like your last name just held. And remember, let's say Pops was working at or Mom's was doing. So, you know what I'm saying? You just had this like almost recertification, or, you know, validation. I don't know the word. I love big words, yeah. But there was just this thing, the credibility, just the like, this is your family, your uncles, your that's why a lot of family names stayed like throughout the but everybody had the last name, you know what I'm saying? And that's why you got married. You wanted to connect other families, not always in a networking fashion. It was always love and shit, but in a way where now you got a bigger family. And yes, a lot of older couples stay together for fucking 50, 60, 70 years, man. Beautiful. That is so beautiful. How can you stay with one person for so long? If you love that person, you could stay with that person forever. You understand? Yes, that is the point. But uh you also wanna, you know what I'm saying? You definitely wanna have a kid, yeah. I'm not saying, you know, uh just you know what I mean, go have a kid, but find a female or somebody, if you're a female or guy, whoever you think is the right person. I know people change and I know things are what they are, but that's why you date for a while and see their habits and see red flags and then make a sound choice. You know what I mean? See, there you go, Nenit. And it wasn't even like the the position, but it was more his manly, you know what I mean? His demeanor, like the presence of a 6'6". You already know, you know what I'm saying? And at a time where it was still a little you probably lived through some shit, you know what I'm saying? More separated than ever. Bro, you got women saying that they rather be in the forest with a bear than with a man. What's going on here? I know we scary, but we gotta start holding doors for women. Yo, we got number one, you can't see every girl as something you want to poke. That's number one. Men, I understand she got a nice fatty, but also understand if she got kids, she's a mom's. If she, remember, we always see it as just like a piece of flesh instead of a sister, a mom, a aunt, she's somebody. So we can't always want to be poking everything we see. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the what goes on. You know what I mean? And then you have a kid, you don't even know the lady, and next thing you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But we got to make better decision making, and it's just something beautiful about life. That's why I like growing things. There's something beautiful about um growing flowers. But yeah, respect is way gone, man. Yeah, Jesus, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everybody. They say kids don't come with instructions, but we do. The word of God. That's a factory, man. The separation of men and the respect, the lack thereof. You know what I mean? Yeah, they calling us unks, aunties, and all this shit. Meanwhile, we just trying to tell y'all, look, the world gets a little bit hardcore. It gets more realistic, and you need to save the money instead of buy chrome heart nonsense. Stack that bread, and trust me, you have a better life. You don't have to have FOMO. You're not missing out on nothing. That party is going to happen again. That birthday party that you missed, another birthday happens every year. You understand me? Yes, you might miss funerals, you might miss graduations. Things happen, but we can't be too hard on ourselves. You understand me? Yeah, and a lot of look, I have my own faults. I wasn't the greatest dad that I could have been, and I'm not always going to put it on, you know what I'm saying? But what it is you can't have somebody, whatever, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But I am human. I am of mistake. I am of, fool me once, but you can't fool me too. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those. Like I've learned from my lessons. I learned from the streets, and it didn't give me nothing back. It brought me jail. It brought me fucking, losing friends. It brought a lot of negative shit. So in order to grow, yeah, and see growth, I had to do what was best for me and another person that right now I'm in love with. You know what I mean? But I'm not afraid to say things like that. I'm not afraid to be vulnerable. You understand me? They talk about our generation. We weren't buying shit to impress like now. We weren't. I'm being honest. And if you guys see my drip, yo, this jacket was $5.99. I got it on marketplace for $80. You know what I'm saying? Like I know these glasses are almost 500, 600. I got it on marketplace for two. You know what I'm saying? There's ways of, still tapping in with luxury without paying luxury prices. They try to make it a bad fad of buying a purse that wasn't bought at the Louis store. So what? In 2 years, it's you know? It's yo, you know why I don't go to Sunglasses Hut? Because I lose glasses or people step, glasses are the ones that like it is what it is. Especially jewelry too. And we were definitely about W in the chats. We were definitely about stacking our bread, everybody. You know what I mean? Because for some reason our parents made the world look very scary. Remember, there wasn't a therapist we could talk to. There wasn't a like words like triggered, or there wasn't none of this in place. We just had to bite the bullet and keep pushing. But what we did was we actually used that negative energy as fuel to prosper. That's why we got people like the greatest superstars came from, you know what I'm saying? The 80s and 90s era. The greatest rappers, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Jesus, you gotta humble yourself. The richest really wear low dollar stuff. That's a fact. They wear no name brand stuff. They wear Skechers. Their cars are Toyotas or some hybrid shit or some the cheapest electric, not a Cybertruck. They do work life simple and stack bread for every. You know what I'm trying to say? Just you know. And yes, para, that's another big thing. The obsession of money, the obsession of consumption, the obsession of trying to show somebody else who doesn't give a fuck what you're doing that you have it. Those days are done, y'all. Do it for you. Yes, a lot of us do like technology. Yes, a lot of us do like, the finer things in life. But to buy it every day and think that's not that's not life. We got to live within your means, or better yet, take this, live below your means. Live below. Plan for the rainy day first. And I'm not saying don't eat a piece of steak, but maneuver where you're not spending $80 a day. Some people's habits, they got TikTok channels where men are spending 10,000 a day just trying to show off, and then you find out that they're in super duper debt. That's not the way to go. They tricked us by saying debt was meaning that you were rich. I remember they said that in the early 90s or late 90s. They try to trick back people. Yo, that means you're doing it. When did that ever? That bleh. Only the U.S. could gain debt and still be doing good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a scary place to be in. That's a fact, Jesus. We had to wing everything. No handbook for every damn thing. That's a factory. Yo, what about bro? These days, everyone is obsessed with money. Yep. And that's the thing. We didn't have a playbook, and right now we're trying to give you guys that playbook. We're just trying to let you know that the world is we told you about the corporations not giving a F. We told you that, these cars are cheap. Stop buying the latest drip. All that shit means nothing. First of all, everything is seasonal on purpose. Why you think they drop a phone every year or a car or a new Gucci shirt? You know why Gucci does the tiger one year and then the next they take it away? So when you wear the tiger, they know it's from 2018. You understand me? They know these things. And for some reason, we have a thing about, oh, it's not the latest year. Nah, man. Forget all that, man. You know what I mean? Like a drug to them. Yep, that's a fact. And yo, note to self, random, you can't take it with you when you go. I never seen somebody load up their coffin with all the Pokemon cards or whatever. Nope, that shit gets snatched by family members or strangers. Yo, random. So your boy Zay Dollar, right? He worked construction. What I did was it's called demolition work. I didn't know what it was when I signed up, but demolition work meant I go into these apartments, and if they wanted us to knock walls down, we knock walls, and we literally clean the house from everything. And a lot of times they go, if you guys want to take anything, take it. I got a members only jacket. I found a book of coins, old school coins. uh we knocked the wall, peep game. So I go to Puerto Rico. I used to go to Puerto Rico every 2 3 years, right? So I go to Puerto Rico. This is when I was working, right? I come back. My dude that I was working with, I love him to death, Jimmy, right? He goes, yo, we knocked the wall and it had envelopes of money. Here's your half. He didn't have to do that. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all about our generation. We were very in tune with the heart. Like he was like, and even if he gave me some of it, he gave me a band, nigga. He didn't have to do that. They could have split. You know how niggas is backdooring niggas now for $20. Wishful thinking for him. Yup. Why is everybody buying classic shit now? Come on, they know the real. That's a fact. A lot of people are doing vinyls, going back to CD players, buying actual CDs, buying actual DVDs, Blu-rays. Why? Because when your internet goes out, you can still watch this. That's the thing. A lot of shit is tied to subscription or internet, and it's scary. Very scary, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, this is this world. We have to come back together as humanity, human beings, man. Stop fearing each other. Stop thinking everybody's doing better or we're all in the same boat. You understand me? Yes, some of us did a little bit better, did the game, saved their chips a little bit, maneuvered better. That is what it is. And it doesn't mean to go and steal and rob from those people. No. But it's just like we gotta do better by, and you know when you're doing wrong, it feels bad. It feels bad inside. That's how you know. That's a fact. But it's just conviction, bro. Yes, Jesus. You gotta, and also stand on your toes. Accountability. If you say or do something wrong, just say, yo, I did something wrong, y'all, my bad. You know what I mean? Instead of trying to have, yo, my biggest thing is excuses today. There's an excuse for every little thing. There's a thing for there's a door to get out of every little thing. When we raced and you lost the race, you got a thing that said you was eighth place. You got a thing that said you was 12th place. And why did they do that? So next race you could do better. You could try harder. Maybe get that second, and now you got the goal. Or you know what I'm saying? Got the little joint. That's all it meant. And they did it a little different for us. It was literally a kick in our ass because they know humans, they know kids. It goes in one ear, it goes out the other. When I was young, I thought I knew everything, and we didn't even have Google. I just thought I knew. It's built in your DNA. That's why kings always feared their sons back in the day, because it was just in nature for the son to wanna take over the throne. It's just that competition, competitive nature, whatever our ancestors were into, they made it in blood that we are always competitive with each other. You be competitive with your damn mom. Mom, I make better pancakes. Get out the kitchen. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, yeah. You know what I'm saying? They don't even have shit like, no, man. And that's why we have to do it. We already know the government is being slick and trying to fuck up a lot of systems where we don't get to leave our kids or do the right thing. And I know it doesn't look like we're doing the right thing, but that's why I need a blow, because I need my message to go out there. I need humanity to know that, yo, everybody's going through the same shit, y'all. They making pretend, you know what I'm saying, that we're not. Everybody wants to be a thug these days. That's a fact. No matter their color, word is lost for real. And that's a weird one, that thug shit. Cause they can't fight. They only act hard in groups, and they don't know how to move, you know what I'm saying? Without somebody holding their hand. That's why it's easy for one person to control a gang now. That's why it's mad easy. One person, and let that one person slap a nigga in front of them. Ooh, I don't want to get slapped. Ooh, that nigga is the leader forever. Scary ass people is a factory, and that's the way the world is, man. They don't know how to do nothing but uh dick ride, or you know what I'm saying, follow. It's sad, man. Wherever you go, wherever you turn, there's somebody hating or somebody has something to say about that's what's happening. Why you think, yo, you know what's gonna happen? I already predicted this in the next 15, 20 years. Every mother and dad that is paying for rent, mortgage, and if their kid is not doing the right thing, those cribs are gonna go for sale very easily. They're gonna lose their fucking home that they had in their generation for years. That's Bada. Look at my videos, bro. I promise you, all my shits is just me and nature, me and life, me and the simp. I always say I got videos named it the simple things in life because everybody looking for, oh, I want the Lamborghini Urus. I want this. It's like, yo, if you can't afford it, that's it. That's it. If you're not gonna work for it, if you're not gonna do it, that's it. Take that out of your dream. And that shouldn't even be a fucking dream. You should want to like cure some type of disease or manifest everybody in peace or relationships getting stronger and not further away. No, I never seen Handmaid's Tale. That's what's going to happen to this world. I'm gonna look into that hand with. I don't understand what people think about. Yep, that's a fact. I read that. A commercial just came on my screen during the live. What the fuck? No way. Imagine I'm getting to the bag. No, 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 let me stop. I don't do nothing. I try to have my shit. You know what I mean? And I'm always going to be the same Zay. You know what I mean? And another thing. You definitely can't teach an old dog new tricks. So I'm kind of set in my way, and I like my way. You know what I mean? My wife likes my way. I have a little quirky little things I have to fix. I am not perfect. You know what I mean? But the love I give to her. I'm not saying she can't find it, but it's just different. That's wild, man. But yeah, watch that for real. It's crazy. You'll flip. I definitely will. In fact, let me take a picture of that, like I do. All right, boom. Save to photos, and that show is Handmade Tale. All right, I got you. And watch, yo. I hate people that do this. Watch and give me like 3 streams. Give me till Monday, cause I like life is life still. But watch by Monday, Jesus. We'll talk about the first episode or two, or if it's a movie, we'll talk about the joint. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to you for suggesting something. And that's another thing, y'all. Don't be afraid to talk. Don't be afraid to suggest or just be in the mix. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong you can't say unless you're trolling, but there's nothing wrong. You know what I mean? In fact, if you follow our dialect, it's been actually building. You know what I mean? This is how you build, everybody. This is how we get to a solution. This is why we need me in a fucking boardroom with y'all, and we just will come up with solutions as to why everybody's fucking greedy. Why the dollar sign is the minimal of everything. Why the fuck is that the world now? That is it's just strange. Like people are literally hurting. I don't want to see nobody crying no more. Why are we having wars in 2026? What the fuck? We should be past that. It's just strange. Like we could claim all this smartness and we're creating technology that's like it blows your mind, but we still haven't gotten to the point where people can't just shake hands and be like, okay, everything has to be fought over resources. This is Earth's resource, not ours, greedy bastards. It is, man. And yo, I told baby girl the devil gonna work overtime. And how come every time you in a relationship, now everybody wanna be dating you? Now everybody throwing themselves at you. But when you were single, nobody trying to holler. Such a strange world. That's why I do believe in God and up and down and you know, good and like he said, good versus evil. Cause that shit always makes me, think, what the fuck is going on, man? And people need to stop making excuses because spirits, when you drink, it used to be called a spirit. Why? Because it brought either the good or the bad in a human. That's what spirits do. So anything that you take, you consume, it just brings and yo, all about the dollar, man. That's wild. I don't understand why there are homeless folks because there are more vacant homes than homeless. Yo. Random. Nene, that is a factory. What is going on with that? There's more cribs. Yo, somebody, yo, that you got landlords that rather have the crib empty than lower the price. That is diabolical, if you ask me. They trying to make that. I think you know what the government really want us to do. They want us to. They're pushing us. You can't push your bears too much, right? They trying to make the bear wake up and wild out so they can have ISIS on every corner, so they can have your thumbprint. You know what I mean? So you have to. You know what I'm saying? Your face has to get scanned everywhere you go. Uh, Trump just did a thing. If you got more than 100K, you can't use a passport. Like mad crazy shit going on in this world, and everything is over the dollar, the money. They don't give a fuck about the kids or the family or what's going on. It's all about the money. Why you think child support? They got a thing that they make a percentage of it. You know what I'm saying? I just saw that today. That's why I'm bringing it up. But people selling their homes, living in cars, what the fuck? And that's creepy. It's a sad world. That's why God's peoples are here to help. And we need more people to help because the way things are going, I don't understand why they would easily raise money for a celebrity because he's backed up on his bills than they would somebody who just actually needs it. Why can't they just create? Why can't a construction company come together and create three buildings that are 20 stories and just let people live in there? Not I don't know. You figure out who could live in there and make it a no drug free zone. And I think that's another thing. Life is so hard that people rather live in a different reality, which is drugged up, than live in this reality. You see more people giving up. Suicide is on the rise. Motherfucking look at Skid Row. That shit looks like a little country. You have various tent uh little cities popping up everywhere. It's not yo, hotels are brim packed. Yo, people trying to travel can't even get a room because people are living in hotels now. And that is diabolical. And why can't you? There's nobody you can call. There's nobody you can just say, what's going on? Why is the world so hard? Why can't we stop this? We're telling the government, can you guys stop? And then they tease us with the we're gonna give you two bands. Two bands is some niggas rent. That check goes right to the landlord. It goes right back to y'all. You're not helping. Help by making rent freeze, stabilize rent. If it's a certain square footage, that's what the price is. It goes from 900 all the way to 2000. That's it. That's the cap in America. You can't go over 2000 or pay more rent than mortgages. I don't understand this. Car repossession is through the roof. Women and men are waking up to their driveway empty and can't go to work, lose their job, can't drive their kids to school. And they made these highways and this whole America situation where it's far from everything. Unless you live in New York or these cities, now I know why rent is fucking 6,200 a month. And because you could easily take a train, even though they fuck up the transit system too. But they've been raising my see, legit almost took my life till I went to church like crazy. What God can do for you. That's a factory, Jesus. What's up, my GBX in the house? War and order in the building. What up, Pa? How you, Pa? Thank you for your time. You know what I'm saying? Always showing people love when they rock in the building. Thank you for, your support. And I appreciate you. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for the fucking follow. You know what I mean? I appreciate you, War and Order. Have a great one, Pa. They're running a tent per out of Kensington, building expensive apartments now, or 25 in ghetto. That's what I'm saying. Yo, and this is happening very fast. When it was the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, rent wasn't crazy. That's a 50-year mark of just living simple. So if you were 20, you had literally 50 years of fucking tranquility, of things not being shoved up your goddamn ass. Now we gotta live check to check, scary to scary. Our anxiety's through the roof. They're pumping Xanax to people because you can't even sleep because your brain is constantly thinking. I appreciate you, man. I'm glad you just chilling, pa. We just doing a little, talking and how I do. You know what I'm saying? But damn, Kensington, yo, they call that the zombie place over there. Niggas is all linked out. They rather do fentanyl. They just trying to people are trying to exit. Is just too much. And yes, I try to say, yeah, just have kids, but it's just too much to even have a kid now. Pampers are fucking $73,000. Shit, if I had a kid now, I'm gonna just buy a couple little fabrics and just wash them bitches, caca stains and all, nigga. It's just wild how they doing it to people. Like in my day, I already knew it. I was like, Ma, I gotta stay home and stack bread. But she was from the old cloth, so she was like, nope, go out there. She thought it was like back in her day where you could just get a job and get an apartment that same week. Nope, nope. And the way these jobs aren't hiring, the way they got ghost applications online, you taking your time out. You don't get a check for that. You don't get a check for the hour you wasted filling out a zillion applications. Nowadays they asking for so much information. It's just insane. Meanwhile, when you finally get the job, you realize all the dummies that are working there. You're like, how did he get this job? What the fuck is going on here? You wanted this fucking perfect person to work at this company, but when I come to the company, everybody is diabolical. Niggas are coming in late, and it's always like that. The people that don't give a fuck get the raises and get and can go. They hold their job, but the guy that's working extra, trying to show the boss that I'm a good worker, he gets fired in 6 years. That's where my son is. That nigga 6'11", walking zombie who was on dope. No, nene, mommy. Oh, sad. Let me find him. I'll talk to him. Please, somebody find him, man. You can't. But I already know Nana's situation. It's one of those, it's like, yo, they made it so hard that she has to concentrate on bills, rent, and all that thing. And then, like, bring dealing with that. I know she's dealing with it, but you know what I mean? Like, it's just to bring that aboard is like, yo, that could tear you down for your family, your foundation. I seen people lose it all over the opium epidemic, over these fucking pharmaceutical bastards making the perfect pill because chemistry. I always tell people if Breaking Bad, a regular dude can make crystal meth, a crazy ass drug, then the government can make a crazier one and hand it out to people like it's candy. And that's why most of our candy growing up in Halloween times, it looked like fucking the pills that they eating now. It's all subconsciously and brainwashed into us, y'all. I'm telling you, they have fake cigarettes that used to blow smoke, y'all. It had a little red candy at like what? Who does that to kids? I can't sue nobody. I can't be like, yo, you. There's nobody takes accountability, but they make you take super accountability for everything. You miss rent, get the fuck out. You miss your car payment with repo. Meanwhile, they could skate through life. They could claim bankruptcy, and then it's just wild. Life, man. I think, yo, my thoughts on life is look, it's beautiful, right? There's a spectrum that is the way our eyes know how to, reflect whatever. Remember, they always say nothing is here. We're making up everything as we go along, basically. That's why they consider this a simulation. But my thoughts on life is, man, we gotta do better because it's not right. I know a lot of they pinned us against each other. It's one of those I'm doing good, so fuck yeah, right? But you know what's happening? A lot of us are ending up in that boat, and now people are waking up like, wait a minute, I never thought I would be living in my car. I did everything by the book. I went to school, I went to college, I fucking had the good job, but the good job just laid me off. So how do you go from making 200,000 to making 40K at McDonald's? How do you do that overnight and expect to live in the same home or do the same things you're doing? Yes, people live above their means, or even if you lived within your means with that 200K, how do you subsidize it to unemployment? How do you make it work when now you have no income? He almost died and was in the hospital 3 months, had two surgeries. He can come home anytime, but I want him clean. That's a fact. And that's the mother. That's how it is. It's like you could come back home. We got a room for you. Just be clean. And the thing is, people rather be high. That's why I never understood the you know, when you're ready. I don't like that saying. Like, yo, clean yourself when you're no now. Not when you're ready. What if you're never ready? I know people that are never ready, bro. Never ready to go get a job, never ready to do the right thing. They wake up fucking angry. They wake up trying to disturb and distract instead of working on themselves. That's the thing. We're too in tune with everybody else's lives but ourselves. And then the only time we wake up is when reality is knocking on our door. And I'm not saying yeah, I'm saying in general. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm sorry, Nene, like that. You're like, cause look, I was on wavies. We called it wavies. It was Percocet. You heard? I had to detox and get it out of me, so I understand that. That's why I don't like the saying when you're ready. No, it's when it's now. That's a fact, man. I had to help myself. Yes, I got a little ciggy and little weed habit. I wish to get out of me. But yo, it's one of the scariest things that they literally, I busted my ankle at a job. They gave me 5 milligram Percocets, 120, right? In 2 months, they cut it down to maybe like 90. And then in a month, it was like 30. And then they done. So within a 5 months here, I went up and down, up and down, up and down, right? But my shit was still hurting. For some reason, when you take a Percocet, it brings up other pains now. So when you stop using it, you're fucking pained out. It's not like Tylenol. It's not like, yo, that perk shit was like weird. That's a fact, Jesus. I know, Nene, it's scary, mommy. Nobody's saying you're not doing the right thing. Trust me. From my heart to yours. I already know how that is. I already know how you're putting yourself in more danger. And if you're not making the bag, how you gonna help? You understand? People don't understand that. Kids don't understand that. You know? That's why when you're younger, we're trying to tell you guys stay away from the iPads, stay away from the fucking computers, the games. Y'all just think we're just nagging. Please stay away from this. Stay away from groups that all they want to do is negative shit. That they're in school in 5th grade with a gun already. Just stay away from that kid. Give him his knowledge. Yeah, what's up, dude? But get the fuck away from him. Because if you haven't known, the Chicago movement should prove to everybody that the street life ends up dead or in jail. There's no other place. All those beautiful men, all those beautiful minds are gone because of a gang war that either they were born into or they created amongst themselves because of, the get back. You took mine, I got to take yours. Eye for an eye, right? Hammurabi said that, one of them niggas, you know what I'm saying? Take the yeah, man. Damn, man, 100. I know I was on them too because I was smashed into which ended my yo ma. Don't even. It is what they my nigga. They did us dirty. Sorry to say, nigga. You know what I mean, yeah. I'm a still Brooklyn, New York nigga, but yo, they did us dirty, man. They don't understand. And remember, you went to the doctor and the doctor prescribed this. It's not like I went to the streets first, y'all. It's not like I was like, what is this? Oh, in fact, actually, I did a yellow with my nigga, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't know. There was no history. Even the doctor said you wasn't gonna get addicted. Don't worry. There's no withdrawal symptoms. Fine. You find out it's one of the hard the word like remember it's opium. It's close to it's like it's heroin, my nigga. They were giving us legal heroin in the streets. And then, unlike other countries that just make it legal so you could just deal with your habit, I guess. Yo, there's a teacher that does heroin every day. He's one of the smartest men, whatever. It's just weird. I'm not saying do heroin, but it's a plant. You know what I'm saying? And that's a fact. Filling that void. Yup. And that's a fact, though, man. Motherfucking Perkies were my go-to. I know all of us. Trust me. If you was an '80s, '70s baby, you definitely like. And it wasn't even like you. you like it was like an experiment phase. It's not like, maybe like shrooms or weed. It was just you went to the doctor, they gave you this thing, or you did have a pain, and homie, one of your peoples was like, yo, take one of these, take a half, because they're very strong, and you'll go to sleep and be good. That first night, the first, you're like, and you got to go to work. It gave you this weird, sense of you know what I mean? And you just, but now it's like they lied to us, man, and they crushed so many lives. They're not even taking accountability for the shit. I don't see doctors going to jail. I don't yo, these clinics, literally, people were going to Florida because you could go to a pain clinic across the street and get a 120 across the street, 120. Yo, my man, a battle rapper, random Geechee Gotti just got arrested for they robbed a pharmacy out there. Geechee Gotti, a battle rapper that you think got paper, or he does, but you know what I'm saying? Pain is pain. Niggas don't want to deal with this sometimes. That's what I'm saying. People don't understand. It was a bigger fucking entity, man. Remember, these shits was, yo, for some reason, these shits was on every corner. There was no drought. Niggas was handing them shits like candy. And everything was like, just like the activists. They like, yo, they be doing some wild shit to people, man. And then make you deal with the pain and then be like, oh, well, you're the druggie. No, no. It was a systematic thing. Why you think they got clinics now? They made a business out of it. And people don't understand. Remember in school, you experimenting, bugging out and shit like that. It wasn't weed like it. And remember, in our day, crack and coke and heroin, they actually made it look bad. Nowadays, the rappers made the Percocets and all them shits look cool. That's what I don't like that they did, man. Calm, yeah. Humans came into this world to love and care for it. If human morals vanish completely, it won't take long for the world to collide. That's a fact, and we're seeing it in live time. The world is literally showing its true colors in live time. Everybody, you know what I mean? Everywhere you turn is some negative shit. Somebody's arguing. Somebody is a fender bender. Road rage. Fucking school. Like it's just out of control, man. And they think, yo, just put more cops everywhere. Do this, do that. That shit ain't helping, man. What you need to do is fix this inflation. I don't know what the fuck tariffs are, but we're not benefiting at all. Give us 2 bands a month for the rest of our fucking lives. Then we will like the tariffs. But so far, end them shits. They didn't do nothing but raise at you fucked us over. And we're not in charge of any of this. We can't say anything. I don't like this place no more. Then they laugh. They say, oh, you'll pay for everything but won't own anything. They say shit in front of us. And so afraid to put the Epstein files out because all their fucking names are on it. Goofy niggas. That's a fact, man. And I don't know like how to say it or how to go about it because these niggas are slick and goofy, but that something has to give, man. Something is pushing us to the point of no return. What up, compay? I'll let your boy B's. We in the building, W's. Thumbs up, bye. Let me turn that shit to 9, compadres. I know. More of us are waking up. More of us are seeing that if we keep pushing, we're gonna get to that point. But some of us that were like, some of us are getting tired, man. And I'm not one of them, but I'm just saying, I'm being honest. You know what I mean? Some of us are getting to the point where, like, they used to say school and money can handle things. Money can't even handle shit no more. I appreciate you, compay. Hearts up. I know. That's why I need a blow. I need my shit in the algorithm. I need one of my fucking statements to go viral. So everybody like, look at this Puerto Rican niggas talking what we all are feeling. You know what I'm saying? Let's fucking move, nigga. You know? And not on some like weirdo shit where I'm trying to separate everybody. No, everybody come to fucking together. I don't care LGB, trans, whatever you, whatever. I don't care. You human. You know how to say up, 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 up. Like I don't give a fuck, nigga. Come through, son. Yeah, Jesus. I'm one of them, man. I'm one of. I like the vibes. I like when people are positive and we're all reinforcing this. You know, this manifestation that this earth needs, man. We can't continue to do this shit. It's corny, you know. Why you think they paid the rappers so much? Because they were giving us the wrong message. Gang culture, street life, all this fucking shake what your mama gave you, all this stupid shit that don't pay the bills, man. It used to. I'm be honest. Some niggas was eating. Let me stop. Let me stop. We gotta share the channel. I know. Share. Tell your peoples about this. Puerto Rican kids, $8 random. I'm on top of mine, and I do my shits every day for y'all, no matter the weather. You know what I'm saying? I drop 2, 3 videos every day, you know what I'm saying, of my journeys that I'm having everywhere. I just want people to connect with me and understand that, like, I'm putting in that work for y'all and myself, obviously, but I just need people to understand that, like, no matter how I look and how I dress, I'm fucking human. And I got one of these underneath that skin. You hurt? I appreciate you, Jesus. You know how that does. Only the wise know the real, like us, Z. That's a million in it. And that's the thing, man. It used to be like, amen. It used to be a thing about wise and older. Older didn't mean uncle or whatever they. It's just wild how they disrespect us, but it is what it is, man. You gotta have that faith. You gotta have some type of like, they fuck people over with the atheist shit. You know what I mean? Like you have to have faith and have belief because everybody's gonna be alone one day where the only person you could talk to is him. Everybody gonna have that day. But we gotta reinforce each other. We gotta show each other that not everybody's dumb. We gotta like give each other our flowers while we're here. I'm tired of people receiving flowers when they're gone. Give us like show flowers now, man. It is community. It takes a village to raise, man. And that's the thing, man. I wish somebody owned a plot of land, a couple of acres. Boom, everybody moved there. We construct a little community, a nice little village. You know what I'm saying? And not make it like every other cult makes it, where I like niggas sleep with every chick. No, we have a male, woman, kids, and that's it. And you have to love your woman make the decision. Choose if that's the one you want to choose. That's it. It's over. You got to be with that one forever. Spice it up. Give her a wig. Get some chains. Slap that ass. You know what I'm saying? I know we didn't address each other by old and unk and yo, I'm better, or money made you. Like a lot of these streamers, like look what DDG just said. Yo, I make more money than NFL players, or like maybe you do. But my dude, all of that could stop with the viewership. And I don't understand how they monetize. Like I guess it's energy and time. As long as they got everybody's time on this one channel instead of like thinking and doing shit outside, maybe that's why they paid him so much. You know what I mean? I appreciate you, Jesus. Only one, man. And even if there is more than one, whatever you choose, just have faith, man. Just believe in something. Because a lot of people don't even believe in themselves, so at least believe in something. And of course, believe in yourself. Look in that mirror and believe in you. Take accountability. Say sorry. Give your mom and pops a hug. Give your brother, whoever is in your circle, let them know that you here for them. You know what I'm saying? Yep, money over respect. It used to be respect over that money. I'll tell you that. See, that's the thing that I don't want to gauge into, but I think that the way these politicians are moving and the way they're playing it, I want to say yeah, man. I want to say yeah, man. Somebody wants something to blow up. I'll tell you that. And I think other countries are mad that besides 9/11, America and Pearl Harbor, we don't really deal with anything on our land. But let's not bring that energy. You know what I'm saying? Zay dollar, like and subscribe. If you sub to me, I'm going to sub to you. Thank you for rocking with the kid. Random, I'm out of here. Peace. I did 105 minutes. Thank you, y'all. We had a great conversation. Let's continue this tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Peace. Nene, BZ, Jesus, Bada, Gomez. It's just the plethora of everybody. You already know. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wife. Juju, you know I love you guys. I appreciate. Peace. Bye, y'all. Say dollar random.